Yo, what's good with y'all? We finally doing a Q&A. So the first question we got, did footwork come naturally? And what do I do to work on my footwork? So footwork in boxing, you have to really work on it day in, day out. It's one of your main fundamentals. It's something I really lack on a lot just because I don't know too many footwork drills, but I do attempt a lot that I see on Instagram or with coaches that I get tips from or other boxers. Doing footwork drills, I tend to try and use my ladder. Same way with you would use a ladder for football, getting your footwork better. Speaking of football, next question is, how has football helped me in my transition into boxing? Really being a football player, for me at least, I'm a defensive player. I like playing offense, but I'm naturally a defensive player. So with that, I just feel like I'm naturally aggressive. That's pretty much it. I like to hit people and make them feel you. You gotta make your presence known. It's asking me, what weight do I normally fight at? What weight am I comfortable at? And do I feel like I lose any power when I end up cutting weight? So my initial walk around weight normally is like 185 to 187. Just normal walk around, me not really doing anything. So far with cutting weight, I haven't really felt like my power's gone anywhere, but it definitely probably can. I'm really aiming to fight at 178, 175 area. So I don't think I'll lose too much power, but it's always up in the air. It just depends on what I've been eating, how I've been treating my body throughout the week. And other than that, I haven't felt no power loss, but I know they feel that power gain. For my average training, I typically like to train for like at least an hour and a half to 2 hours. Some days I'll come in here, I might be in here for 4 hours, just doing what I can. Everything kind of just runs, if that makes sense. Once you get into a groove, you kind of just lose track of time sometimes. So that's why I'll say I'll be out here for 4 hours. Especially if I'm out training with one of my friends, we could be in that gym all day long. Average training, I'm normally doing a warm-up. I'm normally gonna do 15 minutes of jump rope, and then I'll do 5 to 10 sprints, 20-yard sprints, or I'll go on a mile run, 2-mile run, 3-4-mile run. Then I like to try and come out here. I'll go probably about 12 to 24 rounds on my bags, and that's if I'm home. If I'm at a gym, I'm doing whatever a coach tells me or whatever my friend or my homeboy has lined up for us to do that day. So the next question we got is, have you ever KO'd someone? Now this is really for anybody that's new, because if you watch my videos, you've seen I've KO'd 2 people so far, but I've also KO'd a couple people that's not on my channel. That's just from growing up fighting, doing what I do, and yeah, shit happens. But no, I have not been KO'd. No one has taken that from me yet, so try your best. What was your toughest bout? For me, I'd like to say my toughest bout really ever has been in practice, especially within these past 2 weeks. Doing real hard sparring with a couple of my friends. With this one, it is my advice to the next generation of boxers. is, man, stay down, stay diligent, stay in your bag, and work harder than the next man, and always be the next man. So always work harder than yourself. Never put yourself in comparison to anybody else, or it's just really going, for me at least, I feel like if I compare myself to somebody else, it's just going to mentally drain me more, and I'm going to be more focused on trying to be like them instead of who I am, especially as a fighter. You need to have your own rhythm. Some advice to my younger self would be pretty much the same thing. Stay down, stay committed, and everything you want, man, it's always in your reach. But if you don't commit yourself to going all in, to being one of the last ones out of practice, being one of the first ones to show up, it's always going to show in a way. So just stay down, stay diligent, stay committed. What made me want to start boxing in the first place was I didn't really have anything going on in my life, and I was angry, I guess, but I was always ready to fight. I'd fight anybody. I'm never ducking no smoke, you feel me? And one day, me and my cousin was just like, man, let's go get some boxing gloves. And we went, got some boxing gloves, boxed in the backyard, and then I feel like I just fell in love with it at that point. I decided to take it more serious again, because I felt like I was in a position in my life where I was really low. I was giving up on myself. I couldn't be committed to something. I was just all over the place, really. Lost who I was, and then I was also doing a job where I was traveling around the U.S. and its territories, so it took away a lot of time for me to box, and that was roughly about 11 months, and I've only been boxing for 2.5 years at this point. Of making this video, I've been boxing for 2.5 years, but it's been real inconsistent. So these past 2 weeks, I've become more consistent with my work and just really trying to change that switch in me to be more committed to whatever I do, put my all into everything I do, and strive for the most success I can get. So what's a goal that I achieved that I'm super proud of? Really, I can say I'm really proud of 3 moments in my in this entire 2.5 year journey. My first one would definitely have to be last year. I was in a charity event called Battle of the Badges. It was an event that was hosted by the Sheriff PAL program out in Lillington, in Harnnett County, out here in North Carolina. So, and I ended up winning a title belt. So that was a real confidence boost for me. Had a lot of people out there supporting me, and I couldn't be more appreciative for that one moment. I'd say my street beefs, fights, I signed up, did those, and I came home 2-0. And if you do want to check out those videos, just check out Street Beefs. It's on their page, and just look up Slim versus Brian or Slim versus Boogie, and watch your boy work. And then for my third thing I'm most proud of and goal that I've achieved is, going back to answer earlier, is being more consistent and being able to get into a gym. And these past 2 weeks, I really feel like I've learned so much more in these past 2 weeks than I have my entirety of doing boxing so far. So, and that's just getting the work, that's getting up, going to do this, It's just going to do it and getting it done. So I'm really proud of that myself for getting into it and putting myself first, I guess. The next question is, how many fights do I have? So all my matches so far have just been sparring matches. So none of them have went on any record. Nothing's been a sanctioned USA boxing event. But I have had in total like 19 sparring matches so far. They're all on my YouTube. Check them out if you want to see me start from the beginning up until most recently. We're actually aiming to get a fight soon that will actually be sanctioned. So look forward to more information on that coming later. Just got to figure out the final details and get everything together and get on weight, get ready, and get into a camp. What size gloves do we use, or do I use? Really, it depends. I like using my 16 ounces. I have 2 pairs of 16 ounces, and I do a lot of my training with that. But I also have 14 ounces, 12 ounces, and I also have 10 ounces. I'm actually looking to get like the 18 or the 1.5 pound gloves. Those would be dope. But nah, I normally use 16 ounces, especially for sparring. Some of them I use 10s, sometimes I use 12s. In my street beef match, I use 12 ounces. So it just really depends on what I'm doing or who I'm going up against. It depends. I like this question. Said, why are you so nice with it? It's because I'm trying to get like my cousin Zeus, man. And man, getting me right. That's pretty much it. That's how I'm so nice with it. You feel me? Practice. What is your hardest habit to stop? I feel like the hardest habit to stop for anyone is procrastination. I'll put shit off to the last minute. I promise you. But recently, like I said, I've been getting more consistent, trying to do a lot more and use my time more wisely. So preparation or procrastination is probably my worst habit that was hard to break. But other than that, we working on it. Just like everything else, we in the lab with it and getting right. You feel me? Where did I start boxing? So when I started boxing, I started in January of 2021. But I just started in my shed. Ooh, let's give you a little preview. Little preview. But I started in my shed January 2021. At first, I just had a heavy bag, but then I slowly started acquiring more things. I built my own tire bag. I got an aqua bag. Got my uppercut bag. I don't know what that's really called, but you know, uppercut bag. I got a double end bag. I got some reflex bags as well. But I really started out in my shed just due to not being able to get into a gym due to either work or just financial reasons. Gyms be expensive, dog, but a lot of these coaches around here, I will say, are phenomenal coaches, especially Warrior Saints. If you are ever trying to get into a boxing gym and you're in the Fayetteville, North Carolina region, Warrior Saints is a great place to go. Coach Pat is an amazing coach. He really works well with all his fighters, and he takes care of you as his own. So shouts out to Warrior Saints and Coach Pat. And if you in a St. Paul's area, I definitely say check out the Gold Gloves Boxing. Great coach as well, Coach Jovan. it was a pleasure getting to go out there and get to work with some of his fighters. Great coaches, great prices to get into a gym, and just great overall environment. So if anything, I'd say check them out if you were looking into getting into a gym, or if you don't have the financial means at the moment to start a membership or anything like that. I'd just say find somebody with a heavy bag, find somebody with gloves, and just try to practice as much as you can. And that's pretty much all I got for y'all. Tune in for more coming in shortly. Got some fight news on the way, and yeah, we out.